the best of the week on Relevant Radio.
Let's go to Patrick in Richmond, if we could. What can I do for you?
Hey, Father. Good afternoon. I thought that being how Paul says that we're called according to his purpose, it almost sounds like he's saying there is predestination, and Calvin presents a very good philosophy on that.
Let me tell you about Calvin. Calvin believed in double predestination, that there were some people who were destined to heaven, us, to show God's mercy, even though we didn't deserve it. And there were some people who were destined to hell, them, so to show God's justice. That's crazy. God would create someone for the purpose of their suffering eternally. Well, Calvin would say, well, God can do it. That isn't the God that was preached by Jesus, the God and Father of Jesus. You got to remember that destiny and fate are different things. The word in Greek is, it's related to the word for horizon, that God has given us a goal. And when you look at Romans, the 8th chapter, those whom he foreknew, he predestined to go to heaven. No, it doesn't say that. Those whom he foreknew, he predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the first of many brothers. Well, doesn't that mean to go to heaven? I don't know that it does. It means that I have a destiny to be conformed to Christ, so that when the world looks at me, they can see Christ. I'm brought into the church, not for my sake, but for the sake of the world. My destiny is to represent Christ in a world that desperately needs him. And the scripture says elsewhere that God wills all to be saved. The God preached by Calvin is a monster, and he doesn't deal with God's willing all to be saved. Let me find that verse for you. 1 Timothy 2:4. He desires all men to be saved. That means that my destiny isn't about heaven or hell. My destiny is about being conformed to the image of Christ in Romans, the 8th chapter. And you got to remember, fate and destiny are different. And I think Calvin confused the two. The God of Calvin, as far as I can tell, wanted people to suffer eternally to make himself look just. It's crazy.
Like what you just heard? Share it with your family and friends, and thanks for listening.